Hello everyone. Now let us see lesson 3. In this lesson, we will covering the characteristics of the continuous time signals, periodicity, deterministic, random, symmetry, energy and power signals are the different types of characteristics that we will be covering under this lesson. After this lesson, students must be able to characterize the continuous time signals based on different parameters. Different parameters nothing but with respect to time, with respect to samples, with respect to their conditions with respect to time operation, like, and we can determine the characteristics of the signal whether it is a even or like that, and we can find out the energy and power value of a signal using the formula that we can get from the slides as we go through. Coming to the first signal characteristic, with respect to time and with respect to samples, the signals are characterized as analog signals and digital signals. In other words, we can consider call it as a continuous time signals and a discrete time signals. As you already studied, continuous time signals are signals which represent with respect to time, and the discrete time are represented with respect to samples. In continuous time, we can define the signal at any instant of time, whereas in discrete, for a particular samples, the signal exists. And the process of this converting a discrete time signal to a digital signal is called as a quantization. In the graph, you can see the differences between a continuous time and a discrete time. And as you already know, the digital signal consists of a logic 0 and logic 1, which are low and high states. Coming to the next characteristic, it is a periodic and aperiodic. Periodic signal, as you all know, if any signal that have or that defines any period value, that type of signal considered as a periodic. And the signal which doesn't have any period is called as a aperiodic. And from the graph, you can see that in an aperiod, the graph terminates or the graph exists for only 1 second. Means the graph is defined for up to 2 seconds only. Whereas in periodic, the graph is repeated. Means it is repeated for infinite time. As we considered the example up to 0.2 seconds, and here we are considering the signal as a sawtooth, where we can see that graph is being repeating again and again. Next is even and odd. Even can also be called as symmetric and odd as antisymmetric. If the condition x of minus t equals to x of t, that is a even signal. If it is a minus x of t, it is an odd signal. From the graph, you can see that for time positive and negative values, x of t is, for a positive it is positive, for negative it is also positive, as you can see from the graph. And for an odd signal, if time is positive, if x of t is positive, and if time is negative, x of t is also negative. Okay, means minus x of t. The next is the deterministic and a random signal. Deterministic nothing but it doesn't have any uncertainty. Uncertainty nothing but some random. We can't see any random in middle of the signal. As you see, a pure sinusoidal signal is been existing within the some time period. So there doesn't exist any uncertainty, and it can be represented with a mathematical equation also. Whereas in random, it has an uncertainty, and the signal may be having some noise, or it may be disturbed at any instant of time, or it may be a discontinued, and we can't even express with any mathematical equation. So that type of signal is called as random signal. Here we consider example as a noise signal. The next is energy signal and power signal. The energy signal will have a finite energy and zero average power, whereas a power signal have a finite average power and infinite energy. So from the relation of energy signal, we can see that energy is defined with a 0 to infinity, whereas power is 0. Whereas power is defined between 0 to infinity and energy is infinite. So some conclusion we have made here that the non-periodic signals are energy signals and periodic signals are power signals. You can just remember that periodic nothing but a power signals. The formulas for continuous time and discrete time are represented here, where we can see for continuous time the limits are defined with respect to integral and minus t to t, and for the discrete we are defining the limits with respect to the number of samples, and the relation is also given with a summation. You just remember that one. In continuous time, integration is given. For discrete time, it is a summation symbol. So summation value with respect to minus n to n, nothing but the number of samples. The next is causal, anti-causal, non-causal. This type of signal is also exist in systems also. So in this signals concept, we define if the signal is defined with the t greater than or equal to 0, the type of signal is a causal, and the other than t means for t less than 0, the x of t is 0. From the graph, we can see the x of t or f of t is defined in a positive time axis only, whereas for negative instead it is 0. Coming to anti-causal, the signal is defined for t less than or equal to 0, means for negative time the signal is been defined, and for positive time the signal output is 0, means x of t or f of t is 0. For non-causal, for t less than 0 or greater than 0, the function is or the signal is defined. As from the graph, you can see that non-causal signal exists for any instant of time. Next, coming to one-dimensional and multi-dimensional. One-dimensional is nothing but with respect to time, the signal has been represented, or with respect to samples. As you can see, a speech signal as an example here. Whereas in multi-dimensional, it depends on more than one parameter, like height, width. For this example, what we are seeing here, and even the height also, height, width, and time. That is for three parameters. Here we are considered with the two different parameters. One is width and one is height, x-axis and y-axis. Considered as an example for a person where the image need to be predicted or image need to be depicted on a page. That is what is multidimensional. That's right now for lesson 3. We'll catch you in the lesson 4. Thank you.